Namaste, welcome to Yoga and You. I'm Rasika Sampath. Today we're going to be working on a short mobility flow. Now, what is mobility? Mobility is simply the ability to move freely, which we all need for our everyday activities. And there are a few ways that you can test if you have decent mobility. Okay, so if you're able to do these activities, daily activities with reasonable ease without any strain or pain, then you have decent mobility. Okay, so like for example, bending down to tie your shoelaces. This activates your hips, it activates your ankles. If you're able to reach up for something on the highest shelf without much strain or pain, this basically activates your shoulder joint and your muscles around the shoulders. If you're able to walk up and down the stairs with reasonable ease, this activates your leg muscles and also explores the full range of motion around the ankles. So if you're able to do all of these with reasonable ease, it means you have reasonably good mobility. Okay. Now where people will experience lack of mobility, it could be different factors. One could be aging, one could be injuries that you may have. There could be health conditions. For example, if you have say arthritis or osteoporosis, or if you've had a stroke, things like that really affect and impact your mobility. So that might be a reason. But one area where a lot of people lack mobility, one reason why most people lack mobility, which you can definitely work on, which is in your control, is lack of exercise. And what happens to the body is that when you stop moving, you stop being able to move, if that makes any sense. So due to lack of exercise, what happens is we get something called muscle atrophy, where we start to lose muscle mass. So what we'll do through our practice is to tackle that. We will start to move freely around the mat. Today's practice will be a little faster pace than your usual practice perhaps. We'll spend about one breath or so in each posture and we will test our mobility. So it will be slightly challenging but also a lot of fun. Let's get started. We'll start at the top of the mat and we're going to come into a forward fold first. Okay, so you can keep your feet comfortably apart, maybe about hips width. And from here you can start with your hands on your hips. Inhale to lengthen the spine and exhale, hinging at the hips. You want to fold forward. You can take a slight bend in your knees so as to not strain your hamstrings and fold down. Okay, you want to think of bringing the ribs over your thighs and dropping the crown of your head down towards the mat. You can either rest your hands down towards the floor, or you can even hold on to opposite elbows into a ragdoll position like this. Whatever variation you're taking, make sure that the upper body is completely relaxed, rooting downwards towards the ground, and your sitting bones start to lift up towards the sky. Engage the quadriceps, the fronts of your thighs, so that your hamstrings begin to open. And we'll stay here for a few breaths. Okay. Gravity shortens us, ages us, does all of those things, but it also does some good things. Okay, so forward folds and inversions, which we practice a lot in yoga, helps reverse the flow of the blood. So let's just stay here and experience that for another 3, 2, and 1. Good. Slowly release your hands if you've had it bent. Inhale, find a flat back position. So you can have your hands on your shins or your fingertips down on the mat. Exhale and forward fold all the way down, crown of your head down. Slightly bend your knees and inhale to rise all the way up. Bring your palms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. We're going to do this 3 more times. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, bend your knees slightly as you fold down, coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, find a flat back. Exhale to fold again. Bend your knees, inhale, rise up, hands reach up, exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, palms up, keep going. Exhale, forward fold, dive it down. Inhale to a flat back. Move like a wave. Exhale, fold again. Bend your knees. Inhale, rise all the way up. Last one. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale to a flat back as you straighten your knees. Exhale to fold all the way down. Inhale, rise, root to rise, root down through your feet. As you rise up, exhale, hands to your heart and by your side. You may have warmed up into the body a little bit now. Let's get into the next posture, which is a Prasarita Padottanasana posture. So you're going to just step one leg out and take your feet out about 4 feet apart. All right. You want to keep the feet parallel to each other. So a slight internal rotation of your feet would be recommended. Okay. Hands on your hips. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, again hinging from the hips, fold down, bringing the crown of your head towards the mat. Release your hands and bring them under your shoulders. Inhale, find a flat back, concave your back. Exhale and fold, lengthen your spine. Inhale, concave your back. We're going to do this 3 times. Exhale and fold down. 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen your back. Really feel that length and use that length to fold down, bringing the crown of your head a little closer to the ground. 1 more time. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale and fold it down. Good. Inhale, find flat back position again. Now, heel toe your feet slightly closer, so it's a little wider than your hips. Turn the feet out, so your toes are pointing outwards and the heels are in, and begin to bend your knees as you squat down into Malasana, a yogic squat. Okay, coming all the way down, bring your palms to your heart center and use your triceps to push your knees away from each other. Okay, you want to sit up tall, so you really want to keep a straight spine over here. Good. From here, take your right hand out to the right side. So you want to push that right knee out using your right tricep. Place your palm down towards the right side. And inhale as you lift the left hand up. Look up at your left fingers. Now, if this is comfortable, you can wrap your right hand around your right knee and take your left hand from behind and grab whatever you can. So it could be your fingers. You could try to grab your wrist and look over your left shoulder for 3, 2, 1. Come back to center and let's switch sides. Use your left tricep to push the left knee out and bring the palm down. Inhale as you lift the right hand up towards the sky. Again, you can either stay right here and not add anything, or if you did it on the other side, wrap that left hand around your left knee, take your right hand behind you and hold whatever you can. Look over your right shoulder as you really twist the spine. Stay for another 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Inhale and come back to center. Lift the spine up. And from here, without using your hands, drive down into the heels and rise all the way up to standing. Okay, you can come to the top of your mat now. We're going to slowly move into a mobility drill that we're going to do, which will be progressive. We'll keep adding to it with every round. All right. Let's get started. Now your feet can be either together or they can be slightly apart. Okay, maybe the big toes touching, slight gap between the heels. Inhale and lift your hands up as you bend your knees and sit in Utkatasana, chair pose. Draw the navel in and shift the weight back towards the heels. Stay here. One more inhale. And as you exhale, lift both the heels up. So you're on your tippy toes. Try and find that balance. And as you exhale, start to bend into the knees more and more. Keep bending as slowly as you can, and then slowly land down on your tush. Okay. Now we're going to go straight into that mobility work. what we're going to do is move from a low boat, that is Ardha Navasana position, okay, which is where your belly is in, your lower belly is in, and you're extending your legs out like so. As you exhale, you'll pull the knees in towards your chest, okay. So first I want you to just get comfortable with that action, Ardha Navasana to Navasana, half boat to boat, okay. So as you inhale, extend your legs out, keep the lower belly in as you come down almost till your shoulder blades. As you exhale, pull the thighs in towards your chest, okay. Practice this, keep practice. If this is difficult for you, keep practicing this. If this is reasonably comfortable, let's move on to the next step, okay. So from here, inhale, exhale to boat. Now step the right foot in front of the left leg. The left leg will be bent like so, so your shin will be down, okay. What you're going to do here is use that right foot, press down into the right foot and lift the hips up. All this movement, you're not going to use your hands, at least try not to use your hands. Lift the hips up and lean forward, so your knee goes really forward. That way you're sort of working on the range of motion of your ankles, alright. And this time let's repeat the same thing on the other side and try it out, alright. Inhale, come into a half boat, exhale into boat. This time place your left foot down and lift up and just reach forward. Just working on the mobility of the ankles. Let's do that one more time, a little more seamlessly, a little faster. Let's go. Inhale, exhale to boat, right foot forward, lift the hips up. Inhale, exhale to boat, left foot forward and lift the hips up. Beautiful. Now if that was comfortable for you, you can also spend time here just rocking back and forth, working a little more into the mobility of the ankles. If that was comfortable for you, we can go ahead. In the next round, I'm going to ask you to stand up and bring the back leg knee into your chest, okay. So that's going to look like this. Inhale, exhale into boat, step the right leg forward, lift up and bring the left knee into your chest. It'll take a little bit of practice, but you'll get there. And then to go back, you're going to slide that left shin behind you. Sit down, again inhale to a half boat, exhale to boat, left foot forward, lift up and bring your right knee into your chest. A little balancing here and there, but have fun. Take your right shin back and come back down. Let's try that together one time. Let's go. Inhale to half boat, exhale to boat, right foot forward, press down into the right foot and lift up and bring your right knee into your chest. Good. Slowly take your left shin into your chest. Take your left shin back. Lovely. Now, this, as I mentioned, is a progressive practice. So you want to make sure that you're comfortable with the previous round before you add any elements to it. Okay. So if this was challenging and you're falling all over the place, or if you're unable to get up without using your hand. So if you're stuck here and you're not able to get up, which is very likely, a lot of us lack mobility, but with practice you can build on it, so that's the good news, right? Keep working on this until you're comfortable doing the whole thing seamlessly. Now, if you're comfortable with that, we'll take this into a flow, okay? So you can just flow with me. Inhale, let's get into that half boat. Exhale into boat. Step your right foot forward, lift up. Bring your left knee into your chest. Inhale and extend the left leg forward and exhale, draw the knee back into your chest, lean forward and step the left leg all the way back. Drop the back knee down and inhale to lift up for Anjaneyasana. Okay? Breathe here, inhale, exhale. Now tuck your back toes, lift the back knee up, take your arms out into a T, straighten your right leg and on the exhale fold over your right shin. So it's like a modified pyramid pose. You're not using your hands like I mentioned. Okay, stay here, inhale, Exhale. Inhale, bend the right knee and lift your hand up again, coming into a high lunge. Exhale as you draw the left knee into your chest again. So you want to lean slightly forward, bring the left knee into your chest, and then we'll transition again. Take the left shin behind you, come all the way down. Inhale, open out to half boat. Exhale to boat. This time step your left leg forward, lift up, bring your right knee into your chest. Good. Inhale, extend the right leg forward. Exhale, take that right leg all the way back. Step the right leg back, drop the back knee down. Lovely. Inhale, hands up for Anjaneyasana. Push the hips forward and down. Keep the core engaged. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee up. Take your arms out to T, straighten your left leg, and on the exhale, fold over your left shin. Stay, inhale. Exhale. Inhale as you lift your hands up, come into that crescent lunge. Exhale, take your right knee into your chest. Try not to fall. Then take your right shin behind you, come back down, and you can repeat the same thing as many times as you would like to. The more you practice this, the easier it would get. Also, it would break you into a sweat, like I'm already sweating. So if that's you, then know that's normal. Now, if this was comfortable for you, we can add a few more elements to this practice. Only do it if you're comfortable with the previous round until now. Okay? All right, let's go. We'll add a few more things to this. Inhale to a low boat. Exhale to boat. Step your right foot forward, lift up, and bring your left knee into your chest. Inhale, extend the left leg out. Exhale, take the left leg all the way back, step it back. Your knee will not go down now. Inhale as you lift into a high lunge. Exhale as you take the arms out into a T and twist towards the right. Inhale. Exhale. Now take your right hand behind your left thigh and inhale as you take a reverse lunge here. Okay, taking your left hand over your ear and looking over your right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now come back to center. Spin the back heel down, that is the left heel. Straighten your right leg. We're going to come into a revolved triangle. So you want to bring that left hand to the outside of your right leg. Don't touch the floor. Don't touch the mat. Remember, no hands. Okay? And lift the right hand up. Revolved triangle, Parivritta Trikonasana, modified of course. Try to see if you can look up at your right fingers. Inhale. Exhale. Now from here, we're going to move into Skandasana or surfer's lunge. So we're going to bend towards the left leg. Okay? So you're going to move towards the left leg and bend down. Now for surfer's lunge, just this much could be enough if that's all that you can do. If you are able to tap into the mobility of your hips and your ankles a little bit more, you can fold a little deeper. Okay, inhale. Exhale as you push down into your left heel and stand up. Face the front of your mat and lift your hands up. Tricky movement that. Try to do it. You can have a look at this once or twice and then you can try and practice it. You know, you'll be able to do it better once you know where we're going. Inhale. Exhale, lean forward and bring the left knee into your chest. Beautiful. Now we just have to finish this out. Take the left shin behind you and inhale, open out, half boat. Exhale to boat. Step your left foot forward, come up. Bring your right knee into your chest. One leg might be more wobbly than the other. Just notice these things. Inhale, stretch that leg forward. Exhale, take the right leg all the way back. Inhale, lift your hands up, coming into a high lunge. Exhale, open the arms out wide and twist towards the left. Inhale. Exhale. Take your left hand behind your right thigh and your right hand up and over your ear. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now come back to center and spin the right heel down towards the mat. Straighten that left leg, and on the exhale, bring your right hand to the outside of your left leg and twist open. Revolve triangle. Inhale. Exhale. Now turn over towards the right side of the mat. Skandasana, surfer's lunge. Bending the right knee. So turn the right foot out and start to bend. You can stay right here. This is also Skandasana, fine. If you can go deeper, go deeper. Inhale. Exhale, use the strength of that leg to lift up. Face the front of your mat, bend the left knee. High lunge. Inhale. Exhale, bring the right knee into your chest. And step the right shin back. Sit down. And take a moment here. You can practice the same sequence again as many times. We're going to move into our next mobility drill, which will be low boat to Malasana. Okay, it won't be as challenging as that other flow that we did, but it will be challenging enough, especially if you have stiff ankles. Okay, let's go. Inhale into low boat. Exhale, plant your feet down and lift the hips up. Malasana. You can even continue to have your hands forward, okay? We'll do this a couple more times. We can keep the hands forward for these next 2 rounds, all right? Inhale, open out to low boat. Exhale, Malasana. Oh, hands forward, I said. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, oops, Malasana. Beautiful. Okay, now from here, drive down through the heels and lift all the way up to standing. We're going to do one more mobility drill and then we'll sort of cool the body down, okay? Now, keep your feet slightly apart, maybe about hips width apart. And from here, you can bring your hands forward and we'll come into a chair pose from here, okay? So bend your knees, sit back on your heels. Exhale as you lift your heels high. Inhale. Exhale, start to bend all the way down and come into a toe stand, sitting on your heels, supporting yourself with your toes. From here, drop your knees down to the mat without banging them down. Now, lift the knees up simultaneously. And now bring your heels down. That might be difficult for some of you. Try. Now lift the heels. From here, lift all the way up into this heels up chair. And let's do the same thing again. Come all the way down, toe stand. Drop the knees. Lift the knees. Drop the heels. Lift the heels. Lift up to chair. We do that one more time. Sit down. Drop the knees. Lift the knees. Drop the heels. Lift the heels. And come all the way down to seated. Lovely. So if you've been with me throughout this practice so far, great job. Give yourself a pat on the back. Now it's time to cool it down. We're going to get into a forward fold along with a bind to sort of twist into the spine a little bit. Marichyasana. Bend your right leg like so. Okay. You want to think of squeezing the right knee towards your shoulder. So if you need to take a little wider stance, feel free to do that. But you want that right knee squeezing in towards your shoulder. Left leg extended like so. Okay, now from here, if you are comfortable with Marichyasana, you can take a bind, which means you will reach that right hand forward towards your left toes and then wrap your right arm around your right knee. Take your left hand from behind and try to hold whatever is possible. Your fingers, your wrist, whatever it is. Okay. Now, if you're not comfortable with a bind, you can take both your hands forward. Just keep squeezing the knee towards your shoulder. If that's really difficult, because this also challenges the mobility of your hips. If this is really difficult, you can take Janu Shirshasana as a variation, taking your knee out like so. Okay, but try your best to practice this. Make sure that the right hip doesn't lift off uncontrollably off the mat. You want to try to keep it rooting down. It will lift a little bit, but that's okay. All right, so with or without the bind, let's practice Marichyasana. Inhale to lengthen the spine and exhale to fold over your left leg. Stay here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift the head up. Release the bind if you have one. And you're just going to cross this right leg over the left. We're going to come into a modified Ardha Matsyendrasana. Take your right hand behind you, just right behind your back, so that it can be used to lengthen up the spine. You can wrap your left hand around your right leg like so, like you're giving it a nice hug, keeping the thigh close to your chest, and as you exhale, twist back to look over your right shoulder. Really focus on the exhalations, and with every exhalation, focus on drawing the belly in towards your spine. That gives you the space to twist deeper. 2 and 1. Look forward, release your hands, bring your right leg back in and then release. Extend the right leg out. We'll repeat the same on the other side. Bend the left knee. Do whatever you did on the other side, whether you took the bind or you went straight for the forward fold, do the same. I'm going to go for the bind. Inhale to lengthen the spine and exhale to fold over your right leg. Breathe here for 3, 2 and 1. Inhale, look up, release the bind if you have one, come up to straight and then cross your left foot over the right leg. For your twist, take your left hand behind you, lift the spine up and then use that right hand to hug the left knee in closer to your chest. Inhale to lengthen the spine, exhale, use the exhalation to twist deeper. 3, 2, 1. Look forward, slowly release that left leg. Extend both your legs forward. Take your hands forward, rounding your back and slowly come down one vertebra at a time. Really feeling for each vertebra landing down on the mat until you finally come into shavasana. Take your hands about 6 inches away from the body, palms facing up. Take your feet out towards the outer edges of your mat and let the feet roll out. Allow the body to relax here. This was a challenging practice, but the fruit of the challenging practice is so much sweeter. Stay here for as long as you'd like to. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had as much fun practicing with me as I did. I'll see you all in another video. Thank you.